Hey guys, Morktorkus here. So in this video, we're going to be looking at Rogue for the upcoming Ashes of Outland expansion. We're going to be looking at all their cards in context of the entire set now that we've seen all of their cards. I've also built 4 Theorycrafted decks, which we will look at the end of the video, which has helped me in crafting my view of all the cards in relation to whether I would want to run them in a deck and just how impactful I think they're going to be. So let's hop right into it. So the first card we have is Spy Mistress, 1 mana 3/1 with Stealth. So this is 1 attack over the Worgen Infiltrator, but I think that's quite impactful on a 1-drop. Having 1 extra stat is quite a big difference, and having this much of an aggressive stat line lets you contest some larger minions if you want to use it for that, but also just going face, doing some extra damage with something like this just makes a lot of sense. I think that the stealth package is going to be very strong for Rogue. You're just going to have to run quite a few stealths, I think, to make it work. In my building of different decks, I found that trying to run the stealth package, you kind of need a lot of deck slots for that kind of a thing. Otherwise, some of the cards kind of fall off a little bit. And because of that narrow application, I do have a little bit less confidence in this card versus some of the stuff in the secret package, which we'll see in a bit. I think you could potentially run this in other decks just as a solid 1-drop without the stealth synergy, though I didn't end up doing that. But overall, I think I'm going to give this one 4 stars. Then we have Ash Tongue Slayer, 2 mana 3/2 Battlecry, give a stealth minion +3 attack and immune this turn. So you use this on stuff like your Spy Mistress and other stealth minions. It does have to still be stealthed, so you do have to line this up at the correct time. And I have seen this being played in pre-release gameplay and stuff like that, that often you end up, there's not much to attack this early on, and you end up most of the time just going face with the extra 3 attack and not really getting big value trades or anything like that, which I think is fine if you're making it a more aggressive deck, and I think that's probably how you want to build the Stealth Rogue so that you benefit from this type of effect. But just because it's a little more awkward than you initially realized looking at it, that it is a little bit weaker than I would have first imagined. So it's not like a 5-star card, but I will give this 4 stars. Then we have Greyheart Sage, 3 mana 3/3 Battlecry. If you control a stealth minion, draw 2 cards. So you do need quite a few stealth minions to make this consistent. If you end up having a lot of stealth minions in your opening hand and this isn't there, and then you top deck this, it can feel pretty bad because you kind of needed that draw. Otherwise, you are struggling a lot more. You're running out of resources. So I think the amount of stealth you have to have in the deck to make this work is quite a lot, but I think that the upside is definitely worth it. So again, with this one, I think with pretty much all these stealth cards, we're giving it 4 stars. But then we have Akama, 3 mana 3/4 with stealth. Deathrattle, shuffle Akama Prime into your deck. And Akama Prime is a 6 mana 6/5 permanently stealth. So a 3 mana 3/4 stealth is a really good card already. And 6 mana 6/5 permanently stealth is an insane, ridiculous card that's going to be very hard to remove because you can't attack it, you can't use spells on it or anything like that. You're going to have to do a non-targeted effect that can remove minions like Deadly Shot or something, or you need to set up a taunt and force your opponent to attack into it. I think just the insane power of permanent stealth, whether you're putting this into a stealth deck or not, I think this will be an insane card. I'm giving this 5 stars. Then we have Cursed Vagrant, 7 mana 7/5 Deathrattle, summon a 7/5 Shadow with Stealth. So this is an insane amount of stats. I've seen in this expansion, it's weird, there's a lot of minions like this that have really decent stat lines at first, and have really decent stat lines on the second part with the Deathrattle. It's just that they're a little bit slow, and I imagine that they're balancing it based on the fact that this is going to be a really aggressive meta. So that might be why this will have more trouble succeeding. But I did include it in my Stealth Rogue with combination of the Necreum Apothecary, because you can have that Deathrattle synergy. We used to obviously have Apothecary having really strong impact on the meta before it got nerfed to 5 mana. I think it's still a good card. We'll see if it ends up being able to be good enough in here, because we no longer have stuff like Necreum Blade and Necreum Vial, so it'll just have to naturally die. But it does pull this card into your hand, and playing this on its own is certainly not bad, as long as it doesn't get sapped or something like that. If it's removed, you would definitely feel fine with that. You're still having a 7/5, and it's got stealth. So I think this is a good card. Not insane for sure. It might just be way too slow. So I'm giving this 3 stars. So those are the stealth cards. Now we're on to the secret package for Rogue. Starting with the first secret they have, Bamboozle, 2 mana secret. When one of your minions is attacked, transform it into a random one that costs 3 more. So this, at its worst, is turning a 1-drop into a 4-drop. I suppose you could have a 0-cost minion, but in most cases, that's not going to be something that you're going to have. 1 mana minion turning into a 4 mana minion, definitely worth it for 2 mana. And the fact that your opponent can often, if they don't play around the secret well enough, or they really don't have a choice in what they're doing, can definitely take a lot of damage from this. If it's a demon hunter trying to attack your minion, perhaps, with their face, or just a small minion tries to trade with another small minion, and you just get a value trade out of that, I think it's going to be the best secret. And I think secret Rogue and secret package in general for Rogue, I'm giving this one 5 stars. Then we have Dirty Tricks, 2 mana secret. After your opponent casts a spell, draw 2 cards. So this gives you some extra draw in that secret Rogue, as well as any other Rogue that you feel you want to run secrets in. I think in most cases you're going to want to run all the secrets, so definitely this one is included in that if you're going to want to do the secrets. And drawing 2 cards for 2 mana is definitely good. Your opponent's going to cast a spell eventually. It's very rare that you're going to have to wait an exceptionally long time for this to go off. So while this isn't the most insane secret, I think Secret Rogue will just be so good. I think every secret is highly impactful. I'm going to give this 5 stars. Then we have Ambush, 2 mana secret. After your opponent plays a minion, summon a 2/3 ambusher with poisonous. So you're getting a 2/3 poisonous for 2 mana. A 2/3 poisonous is basically a King Cobra, perhaps, I think is what it's called. But that's a 3 mana minion. You're getting this for 2 mana. It is a secret, so kind of makes sense. It's really hard to play around this too. If you play a small minion, you don't kill the ambusher. If you play a big minion, you're going to die to the ambusher. All you can really do is try to set up when you play the minion, you'll have the damage to remove a 3 health minion at the same time. But either way, it's definitely a solid secret. All of these secrets are looking really good. I'm giving this 5 stars. Then we have Shatter Jeweler Hanar, which is really the reason you're going to want to be running these secrets, in addition to the next card we'll see as well. 2 mana 1/5, after you play a secret, discover a secret from a different class. So you get this on board, you drop some of those secrets, you turn it into more secrets, and this can snowball itself. Every secret you play off of this card can create another secret, which will give you another secret, which will give you another secret. Definitely you want to grab Paladin secrets a lot of the time because they cost 1 mana, so you can get a lot of secrets all at once. You can fill your whole tree of secrets and get 5 secrets at once. And being able to do that, the secret should often be able to protect the Shadow Jeweler as well, making it hard for you to remove it, and then they have to deal with new secrets if it doesn't die. So that seems really insane. I think this is an amazing card. I'm giving it 5 stars. And the last card we have is Blackjack Stunner, 1 mana, 1/2, Battlecry. If you control a secret, return a minion to its owner's hand. It costs 2 more. So you're getting a 1 mana, 1/2 with effectively giving you a 0 mana targeted freezing trap attached to it. This is so insane. If you run Sap normally in Rogue, this is better than that in every way. The only thing is that you have this condition of having the secret, but in a secret Rogue, you will have that secret in a lot of cases, I think. So this will just put your opponent back in tempo to an insane degree. You can shut out cards like 9-drops entirely because they won't be able to be played anymore. I think this card will be super good in a secret Rogue. I'm giving this 5 stars. So obviously, looking at all those cards, I think Rogue is going to be a totally insane class. I think they're going to be extremely powerful. They are already really good in this meta, so I think they will only get stronger in the next meta and will probably be in the top classes with Demon Hunter. So let's look at the decks that I came up with for them in the upcoming expansion. So the first one I have here is my Deathrattle Stealth Rogue. So it has this Necronym Apothecary Cursed Vagrant thing that I mentioned when I was talking about the Cursed Vagrant. I basically have that in there mainly because when I was playing the pre-release Fireside and I was doing the deck recipe for the Stealth Rogue, I found that the cards you have are a little bit low costed and low impact. And if your opponent manages to deal with too many of your threats, then you won't have enough juice to keep going. So I wanted to have some bigger threats like the Cursed Vagrant so that you can get that happening. It's also pseudo card draw because it draws the Cursed Vagrant when you trigger it. So that's also a thing about that. But in general, we just have lots of stealth means. We got the Spy Mistress, the Worgen Infiltrator, Kama, Skyvateer, also have some card draw on that. And then just some general good rogue cards like Eviscerate, Sap, Edwin, Miscreant. I've got 2 Hench Clan Sneaks and 2 Escape Mana Sabers because I think the Sneak is definitely not a bad stealth minion and it fits nicely in there. We have Flick because Flick is just so insane, it goes into every rogue deck. And we have Maiev Shadow Song to remove some of the taunts and stuff like that, and just big threats when you need to so that you can stall out and try and finish your opponent off before those threats do come back into the game. Then our next one is definitely an interesting one that I came up with. It is a Quest Secret Rogue. So when I was building the Secret Rogue, I was thinking about how I would fill out the rest of the deck. It's a little bit of a big package, but then you have quite a few leftover slots. I realized that there is this idea of the Shatter Jeweler getting secrets from other classes, and I think that if you can give it quite a few cards from other classes, you can potentially finish off a quest quite easily. With the idea of the Quest Rogue, I put in a lot of these quest cards. I've seen the Quest Rogue work really well with no intention of finishing the quest, with just bouncing licensed adventurers and getting coins and stuff. So we have the questing adventurer for that crazy licensed adventurer, Shadow Step synergy, stuff like that. And I think that the quest package will, in addition to you get that extra card draw from the questing explorer, we have a lot of this just sideways synergy and stuff going on in this kind of a deck. So I think it'll be pretty sweet. We also have just Hench Clan Burglar there to try and finish off the quest if we don't finish it off with Shatter Jeweler Hanar. Though it's not incredibly important that you finish the quest, the cards that get triggered by the quest are extremely strong because of that anyways. So I think this is definitely a cool way of doing it. I do have some other takes as well, but this is just one of the ones that I tried, and I think this will look very interesting when we check it out on expansion day. And this is my next take, the Galakrond Secret Rogue. Obviously Galakrond Rogue has been very strong lately. So it just makes sense that we make a Galakrond Rogue here. So I've got all the secrets in here again. We don't have the Secret Keeper this time because that's less important here. We want more stuff revolving around Galakrond and stuff like that. But in general, we just dropped a few of the cards that you normally see in a Galakrond Rogue and instead just put in the secret package. And I think they'll complement each other quite well. Of course, Akama's in here because Akama's insane, so I have that. And these secret decks, I don't run sap because of the fact that we have the stunner in there anyways, and I think that's just a better sap regardless. So yeah, I think this will be probably the most powerful version because we know that Galakrond Rogue is already insane, and adding this kind of a thing might just make it better. Although, who knows, maybe we'll just be playing the same old Galakrond Rogue, but honestly, I think this stuff is so strong, I doubt it at this point. And the last one we have is a Highlander Rogue. Highlander Rogue has been pretty good lately too, obviously with Galakrond. So we have Galakrond in here. I put in the secret package again, and just general good minions that are often found in Highlander Galakrond Rogue, as well as Maiev is in here. Boom Pistol Bully is a card that you often see in a deck like this, also in there. So yeah, very typical looking Galakrond Highlander package. So I think this will be a solid deck as well. I think Rogue will probably just be possibly the best class if Demon Hunter isn't that, or they'll be neck and neck for sure. So that's the last of the deck lists and the end of this video. So please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below what you think of Rogue, if you think they're going to be dominating the meta with all these crazy new cards. What deck you want to be trying out on day one. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more of my content in the future. We will be finishing out all of the rest of these classes for these final card reviews, and I'll have deck lists for all of them. If you're excited to see those, definitely check it out. And please drop by my stream at twitch.tv/morktorkus. We stream at 7 p.m. PST on all the weekdays playing Hearthstone, so definitely drop by and check it out. And anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much, and I'll see you guys in the next